Scagnostics, which is sort of like a clever play on words for scatterplot diagnostics, are sort of a measure of kind of the common characteristics that certain plots possess. And some of them are a little bit unusual. And this application sort of gives us a quick way, given a data set, to analyze these characteristics and to get the scagnostics for that data set. So you'll see the first and really only option given in this application is the choice of the data set. We provide with you Iris as an example data set, or you can select upload, and then you will have a drop-down box where you can upload any data set, and we will return you the scagnostics. We'll stick with Iris for this example. The first tab, the summary tab, essentially is just a table of the different scagnostic values. So along the x-axis here, we sort of have different pairings of variables within that data set. And then we have the measures on all the different categories: outlying, skewed, clumpy, sparse, striated, convex, skinny, stringy, and monotonic. And the raw values are given in the table. We also provide you one more tab, which kind of gives you an example of how these scagnostics look, how certain scatter plots possessing these characteristics might appear. Since these are on relationships of two variables, we have sort of an XY type scatter plot here. And what you can see is those measures, those scagnostics, are along the columns here. And then we sort of have a heat map showing you what features each of these possess. So you can see, for instance, these three examples right here are very high on monotonic because they're sort of monotonic functions. This one is straight, and this one is pretty straight as well. This one not so much because there's a little bit of a curved pattern. And then you can see some others, like clumpy shows up pretty high here because we have clusters of groups, whereas stringy and striated shows up high down here in some sort of sine wave. And then sort of ones with outliers are kind of in this column. So this one has some outliers, and skewness as well. Whether it's skewed is another measure that we can look at from these examples. So kind of a common workflow then is we sort of, everything's scaled between 0 and 1. So our relationships between variables, you can sort of see which measures are most strongly expressed, which scagnostics in particular combinations of the variables in the data set.